Sonali, we are live now.
Okay, thank you. Hi, everyone, and good evening. Welcome to this webinar. This is actually a masterclass for straddles and strangles option strategies. So, as the name suggests, we are going to learn about some of the very common option strategies that are being done into the trading community. Okay, so this webinar will help you even if you do not know anything about the option strategies, even if you know little, or if you're currently, using these strategies, it will help you to get more insights about them. So stay tuned and let's, dive deeper into the option strategies of straddles and strangles. Okay, so let's get going. So this is a standard disclaimer. The content and explanation shared in this webinar are only for information and educational purpose. Stock market trading investments are subject to market risk. Please consult your financial advisor before making financial decisions. So let's start now. So why we are going to learn these particular strategies is because when we talk about derivatives, derivatives is not like equity में क्या होता है कि जब market bullish है, then it will give you good returns, but when market is falling or when nothing is happening, राइट, बहुत रेंज बाउंड है, फ्लैट मार्केट है या फिर नेगेटिव है, तो ऐसे सिनेरियोज में आपको इक्विटी से रिटर्न नहीं आते हैं. बट व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट डेरिवेटिव्स, डेरिवेटिव्स इज एक्चुअली अ ऑल वेदर प्रोडक्ट. ओके, सो डेरिवेटिव्स में आप स्ट्रैटेजीज जब मार्केट बुलिश है तब भी बना सकते हो, जब बेरिश है तब भी बना सकते हो, और जब मार्केट में कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा है तब भी बना सकते हो. ओके, so you just need to know what kind of market this is, and based on that you can deploy the strategies. Once you know when to pick a right strategy, it will be a game changer for you. Okay, so let's have a little bit of introduction towards the option strategies. All right, so how option strategies help the traders basically. Okay, why option strategies at all? Why not just plain call and put, or why not just plain futures? Right, let's just understand why first. Okay, so first thing, risk management. Okay, risk management can be done to your portfolio. Risk management can be done properly, whatever trading strategies you have, along with the, whatever tools we have into F&O with that. All right. Second, profit in various market conditions. So as we discussed earlier, whatever kind of market it is, we can deploy certain strategy to encash from that kind of market. Okay, we do not need a specific kind of market to deploy the derivative strategies. All right, then of course it is cost efficient because we get the margin benefit, and lastly the flexibility, because there are various types of option strategies and we can adjust the strategies with the level of our own flexibility, or convenience, or based on the risk appetite that we have. So this is the base ground for why option strategies. Now what we are going to do, we are going to see some of the very commonly used strategies, which are straddles and strangles. When we talk about straddles and strangles, we are going to see long and short, both kind of straddles and strangles. Okay, now, so here, because we are directly talking about straddles and strangles, I suppose that you know the basic, basic terminologies used in the options, like, ATM, OTM, or ITM calls and puts, like that. All right, or what is a premium, or very basic terminologies here at this point. When we are at, when we are in this particular session, I expect you to know a little bit of basic of the options, because we are directly talking about the strategies here. If you do not know about the basics, okay, don't worry, no problem. So we have covered so many basic topics earlier through such webinars, so you can find the previous recordings of my webinars on YouTube channel of HDFC Securities, and you can learn the basics. All right, this particular webinar is also going to be recorded and uploaded on the YouTube channel. So if you find any difficulty understanding any point at, at any certain point, what you can do, you can, refer to some of the basic concepts, and then you can watch the recording of this webinar. So this will help you 100%. All right, now first we will talk about straddles. Okay, so I'm not going into long or short as of now. Okay, so whenever we talk about straddles की जब भी बात करते हैं तो हमने एटीएम कॉल एंड पुट के बारे में सोचना है. ओके, एटीएम स्ट्राइक्स, स्ट्रैडल इज इक्वल टू एटीएम स्ट्राइक. ओके, अभी तक इसमें हमने लॉन्ग एंड शॉर्ट का कॉन्सेप्ट लाया नहीं है. लॉन्ग मतलब क्या कि जो भी कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स है वो हमने बाय करने हैं, और शॉर्ट मतलब क्या, जो भी कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स है वो हमने सेल करने हैं. ऑलराइट, सो सबसे पहले हम लोग लॉन्ग स्ट्रैडल को देखते हैं. लॉन्ग स्ट्रैडल स्ट्रेटजी होती क्या है? अ लॉन्ग स्ट्रैडल इज एन ऑप्शन स्ट्रैटेजी दैट इन्वॉल्व्स बाइंग बोथ अ कॉल ऑप्शन एंड अ पुट ऑप्शन ऑन द सेम अंडरलाइंग एसेट विद द सेम स्ट्राइक प्राइस एंड एक्सपायरेशन डेट. सो व्हेनेवर वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट एनी स्ट्रैटेजीज एज ऑफ नाउ, ये आप समझ लो कि सेम अंडरलाइन पे करनी है, सेम स्ट्राइक प्राइस पे करनी है और सेम एक्सपायरी डेट में करनी है. हमें एक्सपायरी चेंज नहीं करना है. ओके, सो कीपिंग ऑल दीज थ्री फैक्टर्स कांस्टेंट. इसके अलावा हमें क्या समझ में आया? बाइंग बोथ अ कॉल एंड अ पुट ऑप्शन. ठीक है, तो स्ट्रैडल्स में हमने ये याद रखा था कि एटीएम स्ट्राइक के बारे में सोचना है. Right, so when we are done clearing our concept of the strategies, we are also going to go on the live site. We will you look at the option chain and we will create some strategies live. Okay, so आप लोग को लाइव प्लेटफॉर्म में कैसे स्ट्रेटजीज बनते हैं. इफ यू नीड एनी हेल्प क्रिएटिंग एनी स्ट्रेटजी, दैट आल्सो आई विल show you how to find the help or how to get the ready-made strategies as well. Okay, so stay tuned. So now about the long straddle strategy, हम लोग ने क्या अभी तक समझ में आया हमें कि एक हमें कॉल ऑप्शन को बाय करना है एटीएम. ओके, एंड वन एटीएम पुट ऑप्शन को बाय करना है. ओके, दैट क्रिएट्स योर लॉन्ग स्ट्रैडल. ऑलराइट, अब लॉन्ग स्ट्रैडल हमें बनाना कब है? व्हाट काइंड ऑफ मार्केट कंडीशन इज appropriate for a long straddle? Whenever you expect a significant trendy move either side. ठीक है, it can be during any event or any news. all right, ऐसा कोई इवेंट है जिससे कुछ आउटकम आने वाला है, और बेसिस ऑन द आउटकम देयर कैन बी अ ह्यूज मूव इन द मार्केट. इट कैन बी अपसाइड और इट कैन बी डाउनसाइड, बट एट अ पॉइंट बिफोर दैट आउटकम कम्स आउट, you do not know which side move it will be. Okay, so that's when the long straddle comes into the picture. आपको इसका डायरेक्शन नहीं पता है, सो इसमें हम लोग दोनों जो एटीएम स्ट्राइक है कॉल एंड पुट उसको बाय करें. अब इसमें पॉसिबल आउटकम क्या है? प्रॉफिट इज अनलिमिटेड एंड लॉस इज लिमिटेड. ओके, ऐसे क्यों, ये हम देखते हैं इसको. So this is, let's take an example. How do we create? This is a screenshot I've taken from Insta options that we have. Okay, you must be familiar with Insta options. If not, I'll also show you that platform. Okay, right now, let's say that if Nifty is at 24,400 around, okay, spot price. We have to buy one call. So ATM strike हम लोग ने choose किया. So nearest strike is 24,400. Okay, call and put both we have bought here. Okay, so this is also giving us the summary of this strategy. Profit is unlimited and loss is 4.29 thousand, which is limited. Okay, whenever you have a certain figure in front of you, which means that the loss is limited, right? It's not unlimited. Profit is unlimited over here. Now why profit is unlimited and loss is limited is because, see, this both the contracts you have bought, right? This at around 89 rupees and this at around 82 rupees. Now let's say that if any of the side move, big move comes, okay, it can be upside or downside, then one of the contract of both of these can have the potential of unlimited growth, right? That's why our max profit is unlimited. Now what about max loss? It is 4.29k. Now why a loss is limited over here is because दोनों भी contract हम लोग ने buy किए हुए हैं, right? So maximum इसमें loss होने जितना क्या है? 89 रुपीज प्लस 82 रुपीज, इतना ही हम लोग ने प्रीमियम पे किया हुआ है. सो मैक्सिमम लॉस हमारा इट इज इक्वल टू द प्रीमियम दैट यू हैव पेड. ओके, इससे ज्यादा आपके पॉकेट से कुछ भी नहीं जा सकता क्योंकि आपने पे ही इतना किया हुआ है. ऑलराइट, सो दैट्स व्हाई दिस स्ट्रेटजी हैज limited loss and unlimited profit. Now let's look at the payoff graph. सो हम लोग ने ये 24,400 के अराउंड स्ट्रैटेजी बनाई, राइट? अब हमें यहाँ पे एक्सपेक्टेशन क्या है कि ईदर साइड मूव आएगा, राइट? सो अगर यहाँ पे ये देखो कि सो दीज आर आवर ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट्स, ओके? ये नीचे वाला ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट है, ये ऊपर वाला ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट है। सो इस पॉइंट्स के ऊपर अगर 24 to 28 के नीचे ये एंटिटी आती है तो इसमें प्रॉफिट शुरू हो जाएगा, ओके? अनलिमिटेड प्रॉफिट पोटेंशियल। अबाउट 24,572 देयर इज अनलिमिटेड प्रॉफिट पोटेंशियल। नाउ व्हाई दिस एरिया इज रेड? Because this is where you can get the loss out of this strategy. Why? Is because at the start what did you expect? Either side big move, right? But वो आया ही नहीं, मार्केट बिल्कुल फ्लैट हो गया। तो अगर आपके एक्सपेक्टेशन से अपोजिट ही मार्केट के अंदर मूव आया तो अब ऑब्वियसली इसमें लॉस होगा, राइट? सो if the move does not come, if the market becomes range bound, your long straddle will give you loss, okay? And as expected, if the move comes either side, it will give the it has a potential to give unlimited profit, okay? But it's up to you where to book it, okay, based on the technical analysis. Now this is about the long straddle. Now let's look at the short straddle strategy as well. Short straddle is one of the most common strategies that you know so many option sellers they are practicing this strategy. But we need to understand what is, what are the intricacies of this strategy, and what is the ideal market condition where this strategy should be deployed. It's not that every morning we can deploy this particular strategy. I mean, it's not the right approach, okay? But we should always look at the market, if it is the ideal market for this particular strategy or not, or it totally depends on various factors, what's your overall long-term plan and all of that. So let's not go into that direction as of now, but let's look at the strategy as a basic, and let's learn about the short straddle now. Okay. Okay, I was trying to look at some of the comments. All right. So, what is a short straddle firstly? When we talked about straddle, what did we understood? Straddles is equal to the ATM strikes. Okay, so यहाँ पे भी हमने ATM strikes ही देखना है. But it is a short straddle, shorts, right? So we have to sell something. Which strikes? ATM strikes, because straddle is equal to ATM strike, right? Now, let's look at what is a straddle, short straddle. A short straddle is an option trading strategy that involves selling a call option and a put option on the same underlying asset with the same strike price and expiration date. Okay, simple. Now, when to deploy a short straddle? लॉन्ग स्ट्रैडल हम लोग ने कब डिप्लॉय किया था? व्हेन वी एक्सपेक्टेड अ ईदर साइड वेरी बिग मूव, राइट? सो दिस इज जस्ट अपोजिट टू दैट. When we do not expect any move in the market, when we expect market to stay range bound or consolidating or very boring, no movement at all, okay? So that kind of market is ideal for a short straddle. All right, now this strategy is typically used when a trader expects the underlying asset to remain relatively stable and not experience significant price movement. So this is what we discussed. The user is not expecting significant price movements. Now, which strikes, as we discussed, we have to look at the ATM call and put, and we have to short them because this is a short straddle. Okay, this is how the short straddle is deployed. Now, what is the probable outcome? The profit is limited and the loss is unlimited. Okay, now this is also opposite to the long straddle, right? वहां पे हम लोग का profit unlimited था और loss limited था, right? यहाँ पे उल्टा है. फिर भी शॉर्ट स्ट्रैडल क्यों सबसे ज्यादा फेमस है? इसका हम लोग एक एग्जांपल देखते हैं. So let's take the same example. Nifty is, for example, trading at 24,400 around. Okay, so how we are going to create a short straddle? We are going to short both ATM call and put, that is 24,400 call and put. Okay, now as you can see, the max profit is 4.30k and the max loss is unlimited. Now Here, why we are getting the maximum profit as 4.30, which is limited, is because when you are selling the contracts, when you are selling any options, when are you going to make profit? Whenever this options are going to get a premium decay, right? If this 90 becomes 80 or 50 or 20 or 0, at that time you're going to make profit, right? So maximum, how much can you make? This 90 plus 81 into the lot size, that's the max profit, right? So that's how the profit into the short strategies are limited. Okay, now why loss is unlimited? Because let's say that your analysis was wrong, okay, and this does not stay into a range bound zone, and there is a very big either side move. It can be any of the side. So both of these contracts or either of these contract have a potential of unlimited growth, as we discussed earlier into the long straddle, right? So that is a potential threat to your short straddle over here, giving you the unlimited loss. Okay, so that's how into the short strategies we always have to be very cautious. All right, now uh, the point that we raised, why if there is an unlimited loss potential and the profit is limited, why short straddle is most commonly used than a long straddle? Let's have an answer to that. So whenever market whenever we observe market, okay, what can be the outcomes for your trades if you're an option buyer, if you're an option seller? Okay, option buyer, if the market goes to your expected direction, buyer will make profit and seller will also make profit because your analysis was wrong and the market went into your direction. Now opposite scenario, if the market is going opposite to your expected view, buyer will make loss, of course, because the analysis itself was wrong. The seller will also make loss because of course the analysis was wrong. Okay, now these two conditions are sorted. Third condition is when there is no move at all, not to your expected direction and not to your opposite direction as well. So in this condition, buyer is going to make loss. Okay, why? Because the premium decay, time decay, right? But seller is going to make marginal profit because of the time decay that is going to happen into the premiums, right? So because of this third condition, the option sellers have the edge. Okay, and that's why the short straddle is more common or famous than the long straddle. Okay, I hope it is very much clear now. Now let's look at the payoff graph. So this is the payoff graph, which is very opposite to the long straddle graph, right? So here we sold the ATM call and put when Nifty was around 24,400, right? And what we expected it to remain range bound, right? So we have the break-even points. If it remains between this range, okay, 24,228 to 24,572, if this remains into this range, what will happen? We will make profit, right? So this is the expectation of this strategy, and if at all the analysis is wrong and it goes out of the range either side, then there is a potential of unlimited loss. Okay, so that's how the short straddles work. Now um that was about long and short straddle. Now let's look at the strangles as well. Okay, don't worry if you are a little bit confused, we will also see the examples, we will see the option chain, how to create, how to choose the strikes and all of that. Okay, let's look at the strangles first. So now let's look at the strangles. Now strangles and straddles are little bit same. Okay, the logic behind the long strangle and the long short strangle is same. Okay, in which kind of market to choose a long strangle and a short strangle, the logic remains same which we have for the straddles. Okay, the only difference into strangles and straddles is that here into strangles we are shifting to OTM strikes. Okay, into straddles we traded in ATM strikes, right? ATM means the nearest strike to your spot price. Okay, OTM means if Nifty is trading at 24,400, all the strikes above 24,400 are your OTM calls. Okay, and if Nifty is trading at 24,400, all the strikes below 24,400 are your OTM puts. Okay, so I have tried to make that concept also clear if you do not know. Okay, what are OTMs? Now, so strangles are done with OTM strikes. Now, if the logic is same, if the potential scenario of the market is same, then why two different strategies of like straddles and strangles, right? Because strangles के लिए कम पैसा लगता है. ओके, स्ट्रैडल्स के लिए क्यों कम ज्यादा लगता है? क्योंकि हम लोग एटीएम स्ट्राइक पे काम करते हैं. एटीएम स्ट्राइक का जो प्रीमियम होगा वो कंपैरेटिवली ओटीएम से ज्यादा रहता है, राइट? ओटीएम स्ट्राइक्स में आपका ऑप्शन का प्रीमियम कम रहता है, तो स्ट्रैंगल्स का जो रिक्वायर्ड मार्जिन रहता है इट इज लिटिल बिट लोअर देन द स्ट्रैडल्स. दैट्स द ओनली डिफरेंस एंड द रीजन व्हाई स्ट्रैंगल्स आर मेड. ओके, नाउ when do we create a long strangle? The strategy is typically used when a trader expects a significant volatility in the underlying asset's price, but is unsure of the direction. लॉन्ग स्ट्रैडल की तरह है, ईदर साइड में आपको मूव एक्सपेक्टेड है बट डायरेक्शन नहीं पता है. ओके, सो हियर व्हाट वी हैव टू डू, वी हैव टू बाय वन ओटीएम कॉल ऑप्शन एंड वी हैव टू बाय वन ओटीएम पुट ऑप्शन. सो दोनों भी जो स्ट्राइक्स है OTM लेने हैं. So for example, how do we choose? Let's just look at in the next slide. So what is the possible outcome? The profit is unlimited and loss is limited, just like our long straddle. Okay, profit unlimited and loss limited. Let's look at over here. So when Nifty is near 24,400, we are keeping a difference of 200 strikes, 200 points. Okay, it is near 24,400. We have chosen the call of 24,600 and a put of 24,200. Okay, ऐसा कोई हार्ड एंड फास्ट रूल नहीं है कि कितना डिस्टेंस रखना चाहिए. ओके, इट डिपेंड्स ऑन योर रिस्क एपेटाइट. Okay, if you're able to bear the max loss that is that comes along with that strategy or not. All right, so यहाँ पे इस एग्जाम्पल में मैंने 200 पॉइंट्स का गैप रखा हुआ है. ओके, यू जस्ट हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट द डिफरेंस इज इक्वल ऑन बोथ द साइड्स. अगर आपने 200 पॉइंट्स का गैप रख के कोई ओटीएम कॉल को चूज किया है तो 200 के डिस्टेंस से ही आपको पुट को भी सिलेक्ट करना है. ऐसा मत करिए कि यहाँ पे आपने 24,600 लिया और यहाँ पे 24,000 ले लिया. ओके, यहाँ पे 400 का गैप है, यहाँ पे 200 का गैप है. ऐसा दिस इज नॉट अ आइडियल सिचुएशन इनटू अ लॉन्ग स्ट्रैंगल. ओके, so I hope this is clear. Now the logic is same why max profit is unlimited, because we have bought these two contracts and either of the contract has a potential of a unlimited growth over here. Okay, and max loss 1,000 because maximum how much can we lose? ज्यादा से ज्यादा ये दोनों भी ऑप्शन में जितना प्रीमियम पे किया हुआ है उतना लॉस हो सकता है. सो मैक्सिमम लॉस whatever maximum we have paid. Okay, now this is the payoff graph. Now why this particular thing is coming out as flat is because हम लोग ने OTM strikes पे shift कर लिया. Straddle में कैसा ग्राफ बन रहा था? ट्रायंगल शेप का, यहाँ पे पॉइंट बन के आ रहा था, राइट? बट यहाँ पे हम लोग ने OTM strike पे शिफ्ट किया, इसलिए ये बीच में फ्लैट बनता है. ओके, सो दिस नाउ वी हैव अ लॉस रेंज. ओके, पहले हम लोग का ऐसा ट्रायंगल था, अभी ये रेंज है, फ्लैट है बीच में. एंड देन वी हैव द ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट्स. सो कोई भी ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट के बाहर साइड में अगर मूव आता है तो यू मेक अ प्रॉफिट इनटू अ लॉन्ग स्ट्रैंगल. ओके, अगर मूव नहीं आता है मतलब एनालिसिस ही रॉन्ग हो गया मार्केट का, सो इट विल बी अ लॉस मेकिंग स्ट्रेटेजी. ओके, नाउ लेट्स लुक एट द शॉर्ट स्ट्रैंगल एज वेल. ओके, नाउ शॉर्ट स्ट्रैंगल इज सिमिलर टू द शॉर्ट स्ट्रैडल, बस इसको हम लोग किस में बनाते हैं? ओटीएम स्ट्राइक्स में बनाते हैं. ओके, सो when do we choose the short strangle? When we expect no momentum into the market, when we expect market to become range bound or consolidating. Okay, now which strikes? As we discussed, OTM. Okay, out of the money strikes. So because this is a short strangle, we have to sell both the strikes, one OTM call option, one OTM put option. Okay, now here also the profit is limited and the loss is unlimited. Why? Because this is a pure short selling strategy. That's why the loss is unlimited and the profit is limited. Now let's take an example. I have kept the contract same that we saw into the long strangle. Okay, same contracts को बस मैंने यहाँ पे sell किया है. जो पहले यहाँ पे buy किए हुए थे दोनों भी contract वो अभी यहाँ पे sell करे हुए हैं. So if you can see now the max profit is 1000 and the max loss is unlimited. Okay, because maximum how much can we get? This 27 and 25 both can become zero in the case when the market does not move at all. It remains near to the 24,400. Okay, in that case we will get this maximum profit. Okay, and when do we make the unlimited loss? Let's look at this chart. So here also we have a range now. Okay, so if market remains or if Nifty remains between 24,157 to 24,642, this is a range that we are getting, then this particular overall strategy will make a profit. Okay, but if it goes beyond these 2 points, it will have a potential of unlimited loss. Okay, so 30% of the times market will have very trendy moves, but 70% of the times it will be consolidating or little bit of trendy, like it will not go very beyond 5% or 8% or 10% like that, right? So that's why the short strategies are more common. Okay, but of course, what is a foundation to any strategy is the analysis based on the technical factors. Okay, this is basis we are discussing that you already have a view on the market. Okay, that if the market will have either side move or if the market will have range bound move, right, like that. Okay, so based on the technical factors, we have to first decide what kind of market we are going to expect, and then these strategies come into the picture. Okay, now because we have discussed about the strangles and straddles, long and short both, I'm going to give one bonus strategy over here, that is iron condor. Okay, so let's look at this graph once again. Okay, this is a short strangle, right? So short strangle, this part is very good, that we have a range for making profit. Okay, this is a comfortable factor. Now, but then there is also unlimited risk, because if let's say that if one day there is a very big gap of opening or gap down opening, what happens in that condition? It's not right to carry unlimited risk strategies overnight, correct? So what do we do in such scenarios? Then the iron condor strategy is the best option. Okay, so iron condor strategy is a non-directional option strategy designed to generate profit from low volatility in the underlying asset. Okay, basically जो आपका short strangle है उसको हमने limited risk बनाना है. Okay, अगर when we create our short strangle strategy, limited risk strategy, then the iron condor is made. Okay, I'll show you how. Look at this 1 and 2 contract. Okay, sell one OTM call option and sell one OTM put option. So till here it is a short strangle, right? But what we are doing, we are adding 2 more contracts here. We are actually hedging our short strangle. Okay, so once we hedge the short strangle, this iron condor strategy is made. Here we are buying 2 contracts, but which contracts? Further OTM call and further OTM put. Okay, so these 2 contracts are giving us the exposure of unlimited risk, right? So we are covering both of these contracts with the further OTM call and put. Okay, here as you can see, the profit is also limited and the loss is also limited. Okay, now there can be a greater comfort for such strategies, because at any point of time you will know maximum how much there is to be lost, right? So that's a good part or the flexible part about this strategy. Now let's take an example how this strategy is created. So Nifty is near to 24,400, right? Now what we have chosen for a short strangle, we are selling 24,500 and 24,300 call and put. Okay, 100 points distance पे call and put को sell कर लिया. ओके, दैट क्रिएट्स अ शॉर्ट स्ट्रैंगल। अब हम लोग को फर्दर स्ट्राइक्स को बाय करना है। सो मैंने और 100 पॉइंट्स के डिस्टेंस से जो कॉल एंड पुट है उसको बाय कर लिया। 24,600 कॉल बाय एंड 24,200 पुट बाय। ओके, सो 100 पॉइंट्स पे मैंने ये सेल किया है, उसके आगे 100 पॉइंट्स पे उसको कवर अप कर लिया, राइट? दिस क्रिएट्स अ आयरन कॉन्डोर एंड दिस क्रिएट्स अ लिमिटेड risk strategy. All right, so as you can see, my max profit is also defined, my max loss is also defined. I have a break even points over here. Okay, let's look at the payoff graph as well. So yeah, so now अभी इसको आप देखिए. Okay, this is a range. Okay, because into short strangle also we were getting a range for profit, right? So this is a range that we are getting. All right, up to 24,253 to 24,546. If Nifty remains into this zone, this strategy will make profit. Okay, but let's say that after all the efforts the analysis goes wrong. Okay, and if it slides to any of the side, either side, ऊपर या फिर नीचे, okay, then what will happen? Sorry, yeah, then what will happen? Till 24,400 and 24,600, these are the max loss points that we have. Okay, so if it crosses 24,200 on the downside, we will hit our max loss. Okay, that we already knew, first thing. Now below 24,200, even if it reaches 24,000, 22,000, 20,000, 15,000, whatever it does, our maximum loss does not change. Okay, so that is a comfortable factor. About 24,600, wherever it goes, it does not matter to us. Okay, because it's a flat line. After that there is a max loss which is defined. Okay, it will not, the max loss will not go beyond that wherever the underlying goes. Okay, so such strategies are good for beginning when you know what is the maximum risk that you are exposed to. Okay, now what we will do, we will go to one of our platform. Give me a second. Yeah, we will go to one of our platform. If you know about insta options, right? So we will look at insta options and we will see how do we create the strategies and how do we execute them. And if you're very new to these concepts and if you did not understand much about the strategies, you just understood which strategy in which condition. ओके, उतना तो आपको समझ में आया होगा कि कौन से एक्सपेक्टेड मार्केट में कौन सी स्ट्रेटेजी चूज कर सकते हैं, राइट? तो बेसिस ऑन दैट, इवन इफ यू डू नॉट नो विच स्ट्राइक टू चूज, उसके आगे के कोई डिटेल्स नहीं समझ में आए तो भी मैं आपको बता दूंगी कि कैसे आपको हाउ यू कैन एक्सप्लोर दीज थिंग्स. ऑलराइट, now this is insta options. So if you do not know how to log in into this, I'll show once. Okay, so for HDFC securities, I mean invest right users, what you can do, you can visit www.hdfcsec.com and click on product. Okay, this is hdfcsec.com. Click on product and under derivatives you will see insta options. Okay, we click on insta options. Here it will ask for client ID and password. Okay, you can use the same client ID and password that you have for your InvestRight account or HSL account. All right, you can log in with same credentials. It will ask for the OTP which you will receive on your registered email ID and mobile number. So you can put the OTP into this and you can log in into the platform like this. This is the dashboard where it will take you. Okay, now for HDFC Sky users, insta options was there a few days back, but some backend work is going on and it will be available in just few days. So stay tuned. It will be available for you as well. Okay. Now, this is the dashboard. Here we get all the indices and everything. So let's take an example of Nifty. Okay, let's go into the option chain. So let's assume if we have to create the straddles and strangles into Nifty. Okay, how do we create them or how to execute the strategies? As of now, we have understood the concept of the strategy, but how to execute them? अब अगर कोई strategy में दो legs है, दो legs मतलब दो contract है, राइट? तो उसको हम एग्जीक्यूट कैसे करेंगे? अलग अलग एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे यहाँ वॉच लिस्ट में ऐड करके, या फिर इज देयर अ वे टू एग्जीक्यूट देम टुगेदर? यस, सो ऑफ कोर्स आप वॉच लिस्ट में ऐड करके कर सकते हैं, बट you can also do it right from the option chain. How? Let's create a straddle over here. Okay, so straddle मतलब क्या? Short straddle मतलब क्या? We have to sell ATM, call and put both, right? So here you are seeing this is 23,600 ATM strike because spot is near to 23,587, right? Nearest strike. Now you are seeing these two buttons, right? Buy, sell, buy, sell. So if you click on buy or sell, it will be added into a basket. I'm clicking on this sell button. I'm selling a call. I'm also selling a put. Okay. As soon as I clicked on the contract button, it was added into the basket. Okay. Now, here we can make changes to the quantity that we want to take, or the expiry, or if we want to take on the market price or the limit price, like that. Once you are done making the changes, or if at all, if you don't want to make any changes, that's also fine. How can you execute? Whenever you are executing any strategy, it is advisable to execute all the contracts at once, so that the price slippage is not there. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to click on execute orders. Okay, once we click on execute orders, both the contracts will go at once and it will be executed. Okay, now, but I do not know what can be the outcome of this strategy as of now, right? I would like to see that. What we can do, we can click on analyze. So remember we saw the payoff graphs and everything. So from here itself, I've taken the screenshots. Okay. So this strategy is showing us, see, this is the strategy summary. This is the payoff graph, right? This now also shows the strike wise OI, OI development that is there into your strategy. We can see the combined premium chart as well. What is a combined premium chart? Because here you are selling both the contracts, right? So that's why what will be your combined premium? 204.60 plus 162, right? So you will always see this, real time chart that will tell you what is your combined premium, ultimate premium that you're going to get from your strategy. Even if it had 8 legs or 10 legs, it would have given you the combined premium of all the legs. Okay, so it's a good feature for option strategy makers. Okay, you can also see multi-strike OI, whatever contracts that are added, what is happening in the terms of open interest, it will show you. Okay, so this is how we can execute the strategy, analyze the strategy. Once you look at the analysis, you can place the orders from here. Okay, now here we can have the default strategies as well. You can see the short strangle, short straddle, iron butterfly, iron condor, like that, right? So if you know strategy names, and if you want to choose from a strategy, that's fine. Let's say I have a bullish view now and I want to take a bull call spread, so I have chosen that. This strategy is giving me, it has chosen the contracts for me, it is showing me all the details like this. Okay, like this, yeah, it is showing me the summary now, right? We can choose to see different sets of data. All right, so we can choose based on the strategy. Okay, here I'm only giving my view, bullish, bearish, or neutral, and I can choose basis on the strategy. That is one thing. Now let's say that I don't know which strategy to choose. I only have a view. यहाँ पे हम लोग को strategy choose करना पड़ेगा, but मुझे strategy के नाम में नहीं पता है कि कौन, अगर मार्केट मुझे बुलिश लग रहा है, बेरिश लग रहा है, तो कौन से strategy मुझे लेनी चाहिए, मुझे नहीं पता है. Okay, how do we survive in such condition? I'll help you. हम लोग dashboard पे गए. Okay, on the dashboard you can find one tab called as find strategy. Okay, so I'm clicking on find strategy. अब find strategy क्या करता है? फाइंड स्ट्रेटेजी में आपको सिर्फ जो भी एंटिटी में आप ट्रेड कर रहे हो वो चूज करना है, एक्सपायरी डेट चूज करना है, एंड यू ओनली हैव टू गिव द व्यू basis on your technical analysis. Okay, if you feel that entity is going to be positive by the expiry or negative or neutral, neutral means range bound. Okay, so only that view you have to give here. Okay, let's say I'm clicking on negative now. Okay, and I'm clicking on find strategy. Okay, so it is giving me ready-made strategies, as you can see, right? All these options the system has given me. Okay, now I can choose from all these options, because it is showing me maximum P&L, maximum loss, the break even. From this I can have a first first decision which strategy to choose at first, right? So let's so for example, I want to go with this strategy. All right, maximum profit 741, maximum loss 508 per lot, right? If you want to see further details of the strategy, we can analyze it again. Okay, so that we can see all the details over here. We can also add legs if you want. If you want to create any different combinations, we can do so, right? And if you want to directly execute the strategy, we can click here and it will be added to the basket. We can click on execute orders, as simple as that. All right, so this particular platform is very useful for making a decision. Now, how is it useful for making a decision? I'll help you here. See, basis on option chain, if you have attended some of my old webinars, we can create a decision based on open interest. We can create a decision based on charts, right? Let's open the chart as well. It has a trading view chart. Okay, so basis on chart we can create a decision, basis on open interest we can create a decision. We can also look at some of the OI statistics. Okay, which strikes have the highest call OI, highest put OI. Based on that, we can actually choose the strikes into straddles and strangles. Okay, so if you want to understand the reasoning part as well for the strategies, please watch some of my older webinars, so that it will help you to have the reasoning or the technical analysis. All right, and then this platform helps in all these factors to give you the data points, right? PCR ratio, live PCR ratio we can find over here. Particular strike wise option chart we can find over here, like that. Okay, so all the analysis tools we are getting, execution tools we are getting, because basket and all we have over here. For once, let's say that you have the open position, right? You executed the strategy, you entered into a strategy. Where will you see it? You will see it into the position book over here. Here also, right now I do not have any positions, but if you have the open positions, what you will see? You will see exit all button over here. So once you click on exit all, just select all at once and you can exit with just one click. Okay, so exiting at once for the option strategy is also possible from here. All right, only one thing you have to make sure: if you're a customer who has HDFC bank account linked with your account, okay, trading account, then if you trade from InvestRight or ITS, the whenever you try to place an order, your funds are automatically held for the required margin, right? But if you trade from this platform, that will not happen. Okay, this platform does not have access to your bank account. All right, so if you wish to place orders from insta options, you have to hold your funds into your trading account first. Okay, so here if you can see this line, to trade in insta options, transfer funds daily from your bank account to your trading bank, and the way is also given. From InvestRight app you can add the funds. You can also add the funds from your HDFC securities web platform. Okay, but this is the only condition for placing orders from insta options. And whatever orders you place from insta option, whatever positions you create from insta options, you can also see the same positions into your InvestRight app and HDFC securities web as well. Okay, same case, HDFC Sky app and HDFC Sky web as well. Okay, so all three platforms will be in sync. All right, So this is about this platform and how this complements to the option strategies part that we discussed into the webinar. Now, if you have any queries regarding whatever we discussed or the strategies that we learned and all of that, then you can ask me into the chat box and I will try to answer. Okay, how to add the funds? So I'm not sure if you're an Invest Right user or HDFC Sky user, but if you're an Invest Right user, once you open your app, go into your profile settings, okay, and once you go into your profile section, you will see the fund section. Okay, so into funds, just click on funds. There you will see add funds and hold button. So just do that process, and within the fraction of seconds it will be added into your trading account, and you will be able to place orders from the insta options. Is okay. Insta options is also available for HDFC Sky, but as of now, for some days it is it is disabled because some work is going on the website backend part. It will be visible. The button will be visible in few days. So just stay tuned. It is available for HDFC Sky users as well. Okay, there is a very good question. How to choose the strangle strikes? Is it better to choose the strike plus or minus 100 or 200 points, or it is better to choose the strikes based on the same premium levels? Okay, so there can be two approaches. Some people go with the same premium as well, but to go with the fundamentals of the strategy, it is always good to keep the distance same, such as you have mentioned, plus or minus 100 or 200 points. Unless there is no very drastic difference in the premium, we can always go with the same distance of 100 or 200 points, like that. So that's a good approach. um I'm trying to choose. The question is, it's fluctuating in front of me. Just give me a second. Where can we get your older webinars? You can simply visit the YouTube channel of HDFC Securities, and either you can visit to the playlist called as Understanding Derivatives Market. There you will find some of my older webinars. If you wish to access all of my older webinars, just search below live webinars, and you will see, just scroll down with my photo also, you will able to see which all the webinars that I had taken in the past, so that you can watch that. Okay, there is a question. Could you please repeat the reason why short straddle strategy is much in use? Okay, because as we observe, most of the time market will not give very huge either sided moves. Okay, it will remain kind of consolidating or range bound. Okay, now let's compare three conditions for option buyers and option sellers. Okay, or only sellers, let's say. All right. So first condition, when the your analysis is right, you will make profit. Second condition, when your analysis is wrong, you will make loss. But third condition, what is happening when the market is not going to your expected direction as well, and to the opposite direction as well? What happens? Which what is the meaning of that? It means market is not going anywhere. It is range bound. So when market is range bound, uh, your intrinsic value of the option will not change, but the time value that is there into your premium, the option premium is made up of intrinsic value and time value, two factors. Okay, the intrinsic value remains same if the spot price remains at the same price. Okay, but your time value will go down, because even if market is stable, you're approaching towards the expiry, right? Day by day you're going near to the expiry, right? That is why the time value will be decayed. Once, as we saw, there are two factors of your option premium: intrinsic value and time value. Intrinsic value is still same, but time value is decreasing, right? Which means that ultimately the premium is decreasing, not at the rate where it would have decreased if the market would have gone to your expected direction, but it is still decreasing, okay, marginally. So that's why the short straddle is a what you say, it's a most commonly used strategy, because market, in this particular strategy, what you expect market to remain range bound. All right, that is a majority of the time in the scenario is the market. And you you can have the edge of that third condition as a seller. Okay, there is one more question. When we expect a huge move in the market, typically the premiums go up, which increases the cost of setting up a straddle. How to handle this situation? So there are two sides to this situation. First thing, the premiums are going to be high, but you can also see in this way that you're getting high premiums because of the expected huge move that is expected in the market, right? So if that huge move does not come, right, because you are taking a straddle, let's say short straddle, okay, so let's look at both the conditions. I do not know if you are asking for the short straddle or long straddle. Let's look at both the straddles first. Okay, let's look at the short straddle first. If you are creating a short straddle, it is going to help you because you are selling at a higher premium. Okay, so let's say that that particular move does not come, and it becomes range bound, which you expected, range bound market which you expected, then the premium decay will be faster. Okay, so the higher premiums are going to give you the benefit. Now let's say that you ask this in the condition of long straddle. Okay, so in long straddle, yes, the premiums will be little higher, and that can be a downside for the option buyers part over here, because we are buying both the contracts. But because the move is, I mean, the expected move is quite bigger, it has, of course, the good part, which is the the unlimited profit part, right? So that, I think, compensates the higher premium if you are taking the long straddle. If at all the creating long straddle is pinching your pocket, that's why the strangles came into the picture. As I told you, strangles are cheaper than straddles, so you can shift to the strangles if that is the case. So any more questions, anyone? Hemang sir, if you have joined late, this particular session is being live streamed on YouTube. So once this session ends, you can go watch the recording on the YouTube channel of HDFC Securities that is available there. If I know market is range bound, which is having more probability, either straddle or strangle. So if you know the market is range bound and if you want to go for a short straddle or short strangle, probability remains same. But the profit potential is higher in straddle because you are selling at a higher premium, and the profit potential in strangle is little lower because you are selling at a lower premium. Okay, so there is one more question for the adjustments of the option strategies. So for that, I'll come up with a fresh session because it's a long topic and I have to give you so many use cases in which scenario how to adjust the strategies. So for that, I'll separately have a different webinar. But yeah, I have taken your feedback. I'll also come up with that topic as well. So thank you so much for that. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I hope that this topic has helped you. Do explore this platform and let us know your feedback. If at all you're going to place the orders from insta options, just remember that you have to hold the funds first. Okay, if you're a HDFC bank user, for any other bank user, that's fine. Everything remains same for you. All right, so thank you so much for joining. Next Friday as well, I'll come up with the advanced webinar topic like this one. So stay tuned for the emails that you receive from us for the webinars and everything. All right, so thank you so much for joining and all the best and happy weekend, everyone.